Armada Book 1 Chapter 8 The Reception Part 5. Andrew woke up before daybreak and went to his room and slept again. "Andrew, wake up," Olive said. He sat up and sleepily asked why. "The Furlits are losing badly and the Marantais are ready to put troops on the ground. If we leave today, they shall have overrun the cities by the time we arrive." "Are they sending requests for assistance?" "No, none. Our monitoring ship is asking Roden permission to ask the Furlits if they need assistance. And Roden said no and went back to sleep. Then we follow Roden's lead and take a break," Andrew said. "There is a high probability that Roden will order his ships to leave later tonight." "Okay, then tell the guys to prepare to leave tonight on Roden's order. I want to get back to sleep." Andrew woke up midday. He found Gadden in the bridge and he was talking to several Macs. "Hey, what's up, Gadden?" Andrew asked. "We have an overflowing of Macs from the Inky galaxy that want to volunteer to work in our armada. We can only take the more experienced ones. Olive, can you get Ellie over here? I was thinking of increasing our production for Ellie's prototype projects." Ellie appeared as a hologram and, "Good afternoon, sir, what's up?" "Well, we have an overflow of volunteers and I was thinking maybe you need some to increase your output of devices. I finalized the additions this morning. I cannot take in anyone anymore. I got their best retired scientists and assistants." Roden gave the word. "We will be leaving tonight." All of the ships wanted to go with him but he decided to take only 800 ships. Olive announced. Just then Roger and High Marshal Gantley beamed in. "General Mann, sir, we were finalizing our personnel exchange and would like to let you in on the results," Roger said. Gantley greeted. "Good to see you, Andrew. I would very much like to go with you, but my duty now is to protect 3 galaxies and let Roden do all the fun stuff. Alan told me you were doing a much better job than he expected. Congratulations." Andrew replied. "The key is really good people. That's why we have finalized this personnel exchange for some of our commanders and men. Boss, we were considering 60,000 Inky personnel for 20,000 of ours. I intend to leave all the foreign nationals like the Germans and Japanese in our fleet with the Inkies and the Marines would be left. I would also leave half of our pilots with the Inkies. That would strip us bare." Andrew exclaimed. "It's up to you, boss, if you want to reduce our people to exchange." "No, you're right, leave that number at that level. And on second thought increase the Inky by 20,000 more so we can deploy them in the other ships when we get home. Our personnel love this personnel exchange and we would like to do this on a per-planet continuing program restarting every 6 months. We have already factored in the other ships in your homeworld but I would gladly add that number." Gantley said. "I see no harm in the increase. In fact, better for us. Although 6 months is a short stint." Roger noted. "Do all those people know the job we do is dangerous? They could get killed." Andrew countered. "We have over 100 million dying to get killed in your dangerous situations. We chose the best and the number went down to a few millions. We had to institute a lottery program to be fair for the remaining cream of the crop. You get first choice of the top contenders, then allocate the remaining as additional personnel for Roden's armada for those that did not make it to your ships. Then after 6 months, the second batch comes in, then the lottery is started again." Gantley said. "We also started to create a Starship Officer Training University here patterned after General Max Rogan's programs. What he did was to offer a 2-year Starship Officer course in the university free to graduates of the Air Force Academy. He got half of his university professors and trainers. We put in a request to General Rivers to get half of his people. I hope you can back up the request so we can get this university going." Roger said. "Why don't you get some of the Navy people to establish a university here as well?" Andrew asked. "The last time I recruited, I did just that. I had to get the Armed Forces Chief of Staff to order those people like what they did to General Rogan. I cannot understand university training people, they are so over-content in their positions. I hope to establish a Navy university here next year though." Roger said. "I request that you facilitate this with your friends." Gantley said. "Don't worry, Gantley, Roger, you have my word. Olive, send word out to the president and tell him we need to do this university here." Andrew said. "Oh, the General Council approved to release all your 10 ships with the request that you take in 50,000 Inky personnel or 5,000 per ship. Again, these are the 3rd tier of lottery winners after those allotted to Roden's armada, so these are good ones. They intend to go straight to planet Los Angeles to fulfill the deal." Gantley said. "That's good to know. Tell them to tell Timmy I agreed and wish them a safe trip." Andrew said. "Sir, they beefed up their production of Vintas, Jintas and new attack ships that they also called Sabres because of massive requests from all areas of their government. That's why the universities are very important." Roger said. In 4 days the Armada arrived near planet Kuntamar. They positioned themselves 10 ly away cloaked behind a large uninhabited planet. Andrew's team found the planet completely taken over by the Marintais. There were no Furlit ships, so they assumed all were destroyed. The Marinti Armada lost more than 80 ships in their battles with the Furlits. Andrew beamed into Roden's bridge. "What's the plan, Roden?" "Well, we are preparing to talk to the Armada commander to tell him to leave, then he refuses, then we beam them from their ships to one of the islands in the planet, we ask them again, then he refuses, then we shuffle them a bit, then we bomb part of their people, then we ask again and he again refuses, then we show the Emperor telling them to leave, he still refuses. We then put them all to sleep, chain them and beam them to a transport ship and take them home." Roden said. "Sounds good, but what about the Furlits? They must see you as their savior." "I'm planning to talk to them and tell them I can end the occupation today. These guys were the ones that had you assassinated. They must hate you less and love their people more." Before we left, Andrew, I really had to make up my mind whether to help these people or not. It was a long thought, and the council said they will back my plans to unite our people. So the plan is to make their leaders appear weak and cannot defend their society against invaders. So I will meet with the leaders and bring the meeting into the homes of the populace. They will see that their leaders cannot defend them while we can do it with so much ease. That their leaders will choose death for their people rather than accept our help. I have switched 2 Inkeys to replace 2 of the leaders, and they will put up a good argument in our favor to let us help them. They will be overruled, then we leave the meeting. We help them anyway. Then after the Marintais are gone, I make my pitch to take over their government to make their society stronger and offer a process of integration into our government. Then it's going to take a while then. Andrew noted. Societies take time to integrate. People do not change quite as fast. Integration means you must give these new people equal rights, opportunities, and access to benefits. I asked the same question to the council and they said there is no other way. If we treat them as second-class citizens, they will never integrate, and we basically would be planting the seed of divisiveness the moment we try to get them in. We actually learned this from the Intis. At first we thought treating them as second-class citizens would be okay. But our Macs were reporting on the Intis, like master spies that they are, and when I found out about the popular thinking, we had to work hard to change our mindset. In the end we learned a valuable lesson and the council felt good about it. When you beam the Marintais out, we should de-arm all the ships so we can give them to the Furlits as part of your offer. Andrew suggested. Good idea, but we need at least a third of those for them to go home. Olive, how long do we need to remove all the armaments of the ships? Andrew asked. Olive appeared. It would be 5 days if we employ 20,000 people. Of course all their arms are useless for our purposes, so we just have to disintegrate them. Let's try to employ more than double that so we can de-arm earlier. Roden said. I will send a 40,000 name list of who to assign, humans, Macs or Inkeys. Olive said. Roden nodded and, good, Taylor, can you make sure nobody is on the island? Beam out anyone in it. Also I want our meeting with their Furlit leaders and the Marintais broadcast to all the Furlits on this planet and to the other planets. Who's Taylor? Andrew asked. Then a hologram appeared of a pretty 30-year-old looking woman. I am Taylor, General Man, I'm Roden's ship hologram, Taylor said. Okay Roden, where did you get her image? She's a singer in your world singing romantic songs and some country songs. I don't know her, but she is pretty. I have beamed all the occupants off the target island and I have removed all forms of transport. Ellie beamed into the bridge. Hi Roden, sir, who is she? Taylor, Roden's hologram. What's up? Andrew asked. We have deployed several hundred probes looking at the Marinti ships and the cities with Marinti occupied positions. We should provide all the Furlits a visual of the Marinti Armada and live scenes of the occupation. There are several probes showing the more than a dozen Marinti garrisons and how the Furlits are being abused and killed. Ellie said. Andrew nodded and, put probes on the island also so we can show the Furlits what's happening to the Marintais. Roden, their leaders are meeting in an underground bunker outside the main city. Taylor said. Andrew, Ellie, would you like to accompany me at the Furlit meeting? Roden asked. Sure, we'll just stand behind your back. Ellie, beam a probe inside the bunker and broadcast our meeting. Tell all the ships to produce millions of holographic screens showing the meeting in all the cities and nearby planets. Taylor, tap into the Furlit mass communications devices as well. I also want to show the Furlit that the Marintais are also watching the meeting.